Hey there guys, and welcome to a new video here. As you can see, I have all the stats around me. This time I haven't put the Millwall team out written. I've just rated our team. Down below I've put the sofa scores ratings and both teams' attacking momentum below me, league table below that, and statistics down there. So obviously this was a 2-0 defeat. This will be a rant video, about 7 to 10 minutes, so get ready. To start off with, isn't it great that Cosgrove was injured? Cosgrove getting injured in a game, in training before a match, when he has hardly played. He's come off the bench a couple of times. It just doesn't help the team for us at all. The tactical masterclass of Aitor Karanka. For once he plays two up front. We've been screaming out for it for weeks. What does he do? Plays two up front. Hang on a minute. Might we see some positivity here? Nah, let's play no wingers. Let's play Juki without wingers. Now Hogan was definitely having more chances, but at the end of the day, more chances does not equal goals all the time, which is an issue. The players actually looked like they were caring. Hogan was running himself into the ground throughout the whole of the 90 minutes for me. He was running to left back. He was playing in crazy positions to try and win the ball. Another one of the issues, the substitutions. Sanchez I honestly don't know where he was playing. When he came off the bench, I think he was playing behind the striker. But at that point we didn't have any wingers on the pitch, so he might as well have been put on the wings to put the ball in. That's what we needed, and we clearly needed it during the match, but he refused to do it. San Jose is just not a centre-back. He's not a centre-back. He's way too slow for it. Obviously, recently Dongren made those silly comments in the interview, and has had a little bit of a slap on the wrist for it from the actual board, by the sounds of it. And the comments about he's going to save us, he's the one that's going to save us, the football is the football that's going to save us. It's just not the kind of comments he needed to be making at the moment when we're second bottom of the table, struggling to win and playing dreadful. The fact that the players looked like they cared, but you had Bella and Sanchez sat on the bench. Those are two shocking decisions. Yes, he brought both of them on, but too late. They should have been starting. Lecco didn't do anything again, and when he was brought on, once again it was a silly sub. Bringing off Juki it doesn't make sense. Another game where Karanka simply did not look like he cared. On the touchline, he was just standing there, chewing his gum, writing in his notepad, and not shouting. You had Gardner behind him shouting at the players. You could hear a couple of other people shouting at the players. Whereas they were 2-0 up, and their whole bench was up shouting at their players. I mean, that just shows you the difference between the two teams and the care between the two teams. They're winning 2-0, yet they're still shouting till full time. We're losing 2-0, and our manager just stood there, gazing into the world, doing doodles in his notepad. 8 out of our last 11 games, we haven't scored a goal, which is shocking stats. 1 win and 2 draws in the last 7. 1 point from safety. When it started, I really wanted Karanka to succeed. I thought if he can play some alright football and do what he did at other clubs, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to work. The fact that he's looking like he's being forced to play a certain style that didn't work. Dongball. The fact that we now, for some reason in that game, decided not to use wing play, which doesn't make sense. We like lumping up to forwards. Hogan played the best football at the club when he was up front with Duke, with wingers, and they were lumping it up to Duke. Duke was knocking it down. Hogan was playing well then. Hogan had chances for the first time in ages and looked like getting chances, but the wingers weren't there to help him, which was a big issue. Anyway, on to another issue, really. The board don't seem to know what needs to happen, and as harsh it is, I think Karanka needs to go. The longer we keep him, the less likely we are to get out of this relegation battle. It's currently a 1 point gap, but looking at that 1 point gap, Rotherham have 2 games in hand. You got Coventry, is multiple points ahead. You're stretching it. If we lose the next couple of games and a couple of those other teams win, it's over. Relegation's basically confirmed. Karanka also doesn't seem to know what he's doing with the formation, the tactics, the players. He doesn't know what to do with them. He puts them out on the pitch. You've got Valerie, let's bring him on. Yeah, let's bring him on at right mid. That's going to make a difference. And you've got 2 wingers on the bench. And you bring on a right back. For the first time in the last three matches that San Jose was playing from the start, he came off the bench. He came off the pitch, which was needed desperately because he was playing atrociously. Multiple players were looking very frustrated in the game. Juki was looking incredibly frustrated. That one tackle that nearly possibly should have got him sent off. Valerie looked frustrated. He just doesn't look right in that position. He wants the ball, yet he's not winning it. Then you've got Harley Dean in defence. He looked like he wanted it, but didn't at the same time. Karanka thinks we will go down, but point blank refuses to go. This is not what a manager should do if he thinks, I've got no chance of saving this team. It seems like relegation is destined at this club at the moment. If that happens, players will end up leaving. So the actual players that are important will leave. Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday away on Saturday. They were in much better form than us with 3 wins in their last 5. Can we get a victory? Who knows? Keep right on.